Jorge! Picada! Fish! Fish! Guys! I have one! Alright. We have to get quick into the boat. Fuck. Because we're fishing over some seaweeds. Really close to some rocks. Fast, fast. Okay. Me meto solo, no te espero! Okay. You get in with me, eh? Okay, like this. Go a bit behind. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I have to go a bit. 1 second. I have to move to the left. Okay. Still on. We're gonna go slowly to him. Over the weeds. Did you see them jumping? Yeah, but they're not so big. I don't know. Maybe we should move. One jumped there. It's not enough activity, I would say. I know other fishermen that are fishing right now here, and the results aren't good either.
And, can you specify a reason for that?
I think the conditions are at the moment too stable. They like big storms, wind here, and at the moment they're just not really eating. We are now looking for showing fish in the morning. In this lake they jump a lot, they show a lot compared to other lakes, and we are trying to figure out where the fish are passing by and rolling to place some rods there. Most of the areas are already covered, but we will try better.
Vamos. Vale. Ya había. Okay. Voy a por el barco. Con el rojo. really well at una tenga.
Yeah.
We think maybe a tench touch
liner.
the bite. Because nothing is really on now.
Always the tench.
Yeah, everywhere.
One just showed there. Now it's difficult to see it because of the wind, but he jumped. Not so big, but one fish. The problem is we have like 14 or 15 meters left in that area, so it's gonna be difficult to catch them. You can place a rig there the whole night, 3 days, but the fish are swimming on the top, so we also tried fishing with sig rigs, everything, but sometimes it's just a matter of fishing closer to the shore.
So we already drive around 4 or 5 kilometers from our spot. We saw a few spots, some of them were sadly taken. Good spots are always taken. We saw some fish activity in one area, but I still don't think it's enough. It's spring right now and the fish should be a bit more active. So I'm really thinking about if we're going in the other direction of the lake, to the shallower part of the lake, or going more in the deeper part. Yeah, let's see if we have connection, because yeah, we're here a bit in the middle of nowhere. How is it going? Is there any news in our spot?
Quiet. Fish jumping, but not feeding, as always.
Here I found a few areas where the fish were also jumping. One of them was a bit too deep, and yeah, I'm thinking about if we should rather move to the shallow part of the lake, more in the other direction, you know, or going more where I am right now. I don't know. One of the non-written rules for me is 24 hours no fish, I move.
Maximum 2 nights in one spot in which we really have confidence but doesn't work. If we have spent 2 nights in one spot and didn't catch anything, or maybe not as much as expected, pack up and move.
Yeah, my brother sometimes he's a person that sometimes he thinks like, fish are just not active in the whole lake, so we're gonna wait for an activity peak independently on the spot, no? And sometimes he prefers to stay longer, and on some sessions it was really worth it to do that. But I am such a nervous person, and it worked for me many times that I was thinking, okay, 24 hours no bite, I was moving, it was a lot of work.
And we have to have everything prepared in the afternoon to be quick, because moving is something that takes really a lot of time and energy, and you want to do it quick so that you can fish properly on the next spot. So it's really a tough thing to do, but the experience will make it better.
When is it worth it? I guess we will never know, because when you left the spot, you never know what fish were eating after you left, no?
Bueno, we don't hear you properly. I think if you come and we talk it out.
Oh. Ciao. Yeah, it has no... The connection is so bad. But yeah. Vale. I would suggest that we have breakfast and then we think about it. I think we should move, but more to the other side, not where we have been looking for, more to the shallow water.
It's a difficult decision because this is also a good spot.
It is a good spot, but I think it's not a bad idea to move.
I checked the weather. And tomorrow the pressure will drop, so that could be good.
Yeah.
In any spot. So it doesn't matter what decision we make. We should be with the rods on the water and in a good spot on that time when the temperatures and the pressure drops.
That's for sure. I think my brother and me, we are different, but we complement ourselves really good.
We fish more or less like the same, but we like different strategies. I'm basically setting traps to catch the passing fish, and my brother is fishing more for the fish that are going to be in one area feeding. He's setting, let's say, bigger traps with more bait to catch maybe more fish, but it can take some time to the fish to get there and feed a lot. If my strategy works, we usually switch a little bit to my strategy or my area, and vice versa.
I think, we're just a good team.
So the fishing has been a little slow this morning, so we are changing tactics right now. Very simple, spinner rig with a 15 millimeters yellow pineapple pop-up. It should make it at least a little more attractive than the baits in the bottom. This morning, see a lot of fish jumping in this area here. So we are thinking they are just passing by, and we are trying to find the prolongation of the land in this part here, because it makes kind of a lower depth and then it goes deep again. And I will try to place the rig on top of that prolongation so that the passing fish will probably see it and just drop by curiosity and eat it. So we are using the electric motor here because we don't want to spook the fish out.
And if you have a sunny day, like today, I like to leave it with all the syrup a bit on the sun, so everything sucks all the syrup in. And this would be our mix for fishing in spring. Let's go. So another tip that I can give you when you place your rod, many guys use some kind of markers, but in this case, fishing in such a big distance, if my fish gets tangled with the marker, I will probably lose the fish. So I'm gonna look for a visual marker. In this case, in that shore, you can see over there 2 white big rocks, and I just found a little bank of seaweeds right there. So we're gonna place the rods just in front of the seaweeds, having the visual reference of those 2 big rocks. So in case we got a bite, we can come, put the rod again, and we will be fishing in exactly the same spot without getting tangled with any marker.
aproveche, chaval. Muchas gracias, muchas gracias. A ver, tío. Vamos a por él.
¡Picada! ¡Fish! ¡Fish! Okay. We're gonna go slowly to him. Over the reeds. Yes! Nice! Let's go! Sí, yo diría 14 kilos.
Something like that.
Yeah, 14, 15 kilos. Muévelo, pónmelo otra vez debajo. Dale a lo de las aletas. Oh yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you. Good start in the night.
Yeah, let's see if it keeps going so well.
Next one is yours, eh? You know
I hope so.
Very nice.
Female, yeah.
You can see that. really nice fish. Look, not one scale is missing.
The mouth must be also perfect.
Wild, perfect fish. Amazing. Vamos. All right. Vamos, vamos, venga. Gosh, it's night. I'm gonna drive a bit around, check if there is fish in one area. I think they might be. It's like a continuous hunt, and that's why I really like it. You really feel like a hunter. You go at night, at day, to see the jumps, to see the fish moving, and then you get after them, or you think, okay, they were yesterday in that area and they are moving in this direction because there is the shallow water, so I will catch them in 3-4 days in between, and all those plans and all this adventure, it's what really keeps me going. It's a good moment of the day to check if they are showing up, if they are jumping. They will do it at this time. It's a bit difficult because I'm a bit tired, but you have to find them.
Good morning, guys. I'm taking the fish now from the rod we put it out yesterday with the pop-up. The strategy is working. We are finding some fish. I also lost one fish tonight, sadly, in a rod I had further out. Let's see if we get this one out. I'm glad I had a second chance for another fish. So let's see. Okay, it's out. It was stuck for a moment. It's like 10 meters now. Yes. Finally. The strategy is working. TX1 banana and pineapple pop-up on the spinner rig. What's the job? Tú. Tengo un pez, una pequeña. Que no tenéis un móvil encendido. No me va a acabar. Ah, vale. A ver, entonces invierno y verano, pues vale, vale.
So guys, what is the decision made?
So I think we are staying because yesterday, as we told you, we have that rule of 24 hours without a bite, then move. And tonight we got 3 bites in total. Fish are on the area. I think we found some interesting points. So I think we're staying.
Yeah.
And in general, like in other parts of the lake, they're not really catching now.
No, I think it will pay off here, staying. We are on the right direction, and I think if we keep doing it like this, conditions are also getting better. We could manage a few more fish, and hopefully better ones as well.
Yeah, let's see.
Now first some breakfast.
Yes.
Este para ti. Apaga el camping gas.
Que no ha acabado.
Luego lo sigues.
So as you can see, I'm using a little rubber piece here. It's like a little kicker, and when the carp is sucking the bait, it turns the hook and will always set the hook right. Doesn't matter if it's from behind, it's gonna always turn the hook and set it in the mouth. For me, fishing is way more than catching fish. I'm a person that loves to be outside in the nature, like eating in the nature, sleeping in the nature, living in the nature. So besides catching the fish, for me it's more looking for that freedom that I find out there. That's why I normally go to big lakes, big reservoirs, to find that freedom. So yeah, besides of fishing, I also look for adventure. I don't think you can really find like big adventures in like little lakes. So I try to get it as big as it gets. So here we are. No, da igual.
Da igual, no hace falta que
Este te lo dejo abierto. Y la otra. I had to do it, sorry. Ahí va. Ay, Larry,
Larry is
Es así, Es así.
daydreaming now.
And the other one as well, Vamos. ¿La tienes? ¿Tienes la caña? Vale.
You go with him?
Yeah.
Give me the best.
Get in.
Bring the boat closer.
1, 2, empujo,
Sí. Vale. Okay, we're slowly going to the fish because we are fishing over some weeds here. There's also some big rocks. So we're going in his direction. Slowly. I feel him. All right. I keep reeling in like this to keep the tension on the line, to avoid losing the fish in some crab nets or big rocks. Oh. Okay. As I am fishing with braided line, you have to be very careful when you're fighting the fish to not lose it. Just keep the tension, but not too much. Okay, we're not far from the fish. The fluid just entered. I think he's gonna fight now a bit more. Okay. You can see it. It's a good fish. Okay. Let's keep calm now. I just saw the fish for the first time. It looks It looks good, but it still has a lot of power. I feel the weight. It's a nice one. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It's very slow, very slow. We don't want to lose it, we cannot lose it. Okay, it's the moment. Oh no, it's still angry. Oh, he got again the fluoro out. It's going into the deeper water. What a strong fish. It's okay, it's okay. Okay. He's coming. Getting closer to the net. Come on. Come on. Closer. Closer. Yes! ¡Vamos! ¡Sí! ¡Jorge es buena, tío! Yes, man! Yes! It's a big one. We did it, man. We did it. We did it last night, man. We did it. ¡Ole! 20 kilos! Oh! Yes! Oh! Man, I suffered so much, you know, that with the best boats cutting the lines and what, like, just the pressure of doing a video. And it worked in the last night. Oof! Always, you have to be patient, always. What a pig, look at the belly. What a fish. What a nice fish. Look at the belly. Big female. Oh. Okay, as you can see, the snowman that I just showed you today, LM94 with a TX1 pineapple pop-up blowback rig. It worked perfectly.
Menos mal,
ya, tío, menos mal.
Last night.
Oh, la flor, Jorge.
The flower.
La flower, the flower is still in me. Oh.
Alright, so the session is over. At the beginning we caught a few fish, so I think we played our cards well. It wasn't an easy session. We also had to take some important decisions. We were about to move, but we decided to stay, and I think it paid off.
Yeah, I think we took into account the conditions. They were gonna change, and they were gonna be much better for us for fishing this spot. And at the last night, we caught a big one. Yeah. We got the fish that we wanted, and we are really, really happy. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, fishing with us, and see you next time. Hasta la vista.
Tráete el barco, sí, por si acaso, tráetelo. Tráete el barco también. We were about to call it a day, to pack up and go. And of course the rods are the last things that we put out. And we are fighting our last fish.
It's small, eh?
I thought it was bigger.
Ahí va.